xe mà chỉ cho lúc xe thì đồ mà xí các cháu bé các bạn chỉ cho đồ kê
เราทราบว่าที่ชอบมาเชิดการตัวบางเป็นจริงเลยเนาะฮะ有红螺丝节这啥经历卖票这是嘛那个话在表面哈没得养咯直接好就这么卖嘛 danger 就咁招呼呢嘅啲表公估就咩係驚哈這是有一表喊咗窗啦 you don't have to turn on the mic it's okay for me 這是เราทราบว่าที่ชอบ it's an honor to be here 我哋มีจงตัว哈กูยิ่งตัวของเป็นจริงแล้วทำให้ยันยนรู้ฮะยิ่งชี้เป็นต่อตัวจะที่ข้าไม่เต็มเลยหรอกปู่ไม่ยันเชื่อมัวจะยิ่งอยู่ข้างไม่สุดเลยเพราะว่าจุดจบคือสุดเลยคุณนักการจะรองหรือต่อนั่งต่อเชียวฮะอย่าให้จุดก็หมอฮะแล้วถ้าไม่จุดที่เราตัวฮะว่างชื่อตัวคือตัวเป็นจริงอย่าผมว่าชื่อแค่ซาหรือว่างชื่อที่要จบคือใช้ตัวเป็นจริงเราจะยังตั้งได้ฮะเดี๋ยวจงซาตัวชี้ไม่สุดเลยพอจบคือมัวเอาทุเรียนลุ้นเนาะไม่ขอกินกือฮะที่ลูกว่าจะโจสรุปตัวเจนฮะยิ่งชีวิตเขายุ่งยิ่งสมมติจงตัวโอ้เลยมองฮะโอ้เล่นหนูนะข้าแต่ละช่างจอสรุปไม่เช่าหูช่างตัวฮะเดี๋ยวไปกูจอคือมาตั้งเตปูหาเต้นหนูนะยิ่งใหญ่จอตัวนี้คือจอซะ My means a lot to the people who gives a lot อย่าอยู่มั่วจุดเจอเดี๋ยวกูชีวิตจ้าฮะแต่สิตัวคือบนเรายิ่งมอชัดตัวฮะนั่นเดี๋ยวแต่จะไปกูจิตต่อจากตัวนี้คือกูลูกโม่แต่สิจะคือลูกโม่จะคือกูสิจุดตัวฮะเดี๋ยววันจุดชอบ要做本身嘛，一摸就คือ我长多诶，我可啥可就，有去摸就好本身一要知道，majority 嘛，กูหลังโตมองรู้ฮะก็是做本身วันจุดยิ่งจอยจะจางคือตู้จอมาจอเนาะเราไปกูวันจุดจอฮะไอ้เจ้าพ่อเลยตัวฮะเรารู้แล้วเราวันจุดยิ่งใจจะทำจอช้าจะคือ有摸做健身做考哈路本身哈。It could be one of you who's still young that are here today. เป็นน้องสาวชอบจะไม่อยากคือตัวเป็นจริงหรือตอนเราช่องจะเป็นจริงรู้ฮะไม่ละ it doesn't really matter สุดเก่งเป็นลูกสาวลงจุดนั้นแต่วันจุดยิ่งจริงไม่ใช่คือจะเป็นจริงเด็ก yeah it's true that I've been here many times and it's always a blessing we choose just to go to the big church I love small churches too there's a different feeling and they got a different vibe to a small church too so then I had the opportunity to visit many churches and I love the big church and I love the small church too one thing that is interesting about small churches it's small setting you can talk and then you make mistakes that's okay just small church but don't go like it's like a bunch of families sitting around in circles so that's one advantage that big church cannot do so everything have to be perfect, otherwise it bothers a lot of people. But small churches, sometimes it's okay to make a little mistake. If我找个整个去西北湖打的什么奥特水路路好像是他呀，找个边出去面湖那也面湖边弄是什？电容沙对在边出去面湖了 ，You guys did a great job. Next time, hopefully, we can sing with you, so it's a little more lively. 那如果叫别上网就是 OK Hopefully we're done by 12, so I got 35 minutes, so I try to be done by 12. 然后有唱着了咩哈，让子哈。那如果叫别上应该是还组织给个路多节，但是 the majority of the sermon is about the pastor. Okay, 这个专业考 me I in relationship to 多节 in Haggai chapter 2. Chapter 1, verse 2. I don't know. The Lord Almighty says, these people say the time has not yet come for the Lord's house to be built. Then the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai. Is it a time for yourself to be living in your panel houses while this house remains in ruin? No, this is what the Lord Almighty says. Give careful thought to your ways. You have planted much, but have harvested little. You eat, but never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You put clothes on, but are not warm. You earn wages only to put them in purse with holes in it. This is what the Lord Almighty says. Give careful thought to your ways. Go up into the mountains and bring down timber and build a house so that I may take pleasure in it and be honored, says the Lord. You expected much, but see, it turned out to be little. What you brought home, I blew away. Why, declares the Lord Almighty? because of my house which remains in ruin, while each of you is busy with his own house. Therefore, because of you, the heavens have withheld their dew, and the earth its crops. I call for a drought on the fields and the mountains, on the grain and the new wine, and the oil, and whatever the ground produces, on men and cattle, and on the labor of your hands. Cho xin Chúa số các trò cái bên mua chạy nhung cho các lực bên hợp có bên rong xa hình cho bần trên cứ tàu chủ sĩ lũ cái là tôi cứ chỉ hát trang bần trên cái là tôi cứ hú chân trên lũ nhỏ kì có bố một thời cho rong có bố bên mua làm một cả một nhà giả sĩ có bố một thể tu kỳ một thể phong thể dư ý lên ô ý dạng ý lên thơ ý khó ý lên hải lũ để xuất là ta số xa nhỏ số nào nó bé khổ cao có cho số lúc tổ chế ha bé có hay có cho cho có thể tu sĩ tu khai cái sang nó nhỏ cho bần trên ha tổ bần trên nó thọ họ celebration nó dễ khó cho có tàu chế tàu mùa ha sự kiện khổ thọ có tổ liên tụ tàu có mình sự bằng sự bé tổ chế sự mình thọ ăn hay cái chút tụ quan nó mà just for a few minutes cũng cho sáng bữa nay chế khó to hạt sự kiện cứ Vamtxus had to come change at that. So that start to tell Vamtxus to change. It's not time to build. Does she want to that? But you're hypocrites. Why? Does she may have more than change, man? Yeah, how many? No, is that Vamtxus to change? You're for sure. How she do? Does she the best thing? How many of Vamtxus do? Man, yeah, that she don't change. Touch or change. Does she man? Gulu that she don't so make your zone. Man, yeah, how about go ahead and shut the one? Yeah, how Vamtxus that. Vì số là chỉ care số Vamtxus bần trên, giờ này nó bé số là Vamtxus lúc tổ chức giờ này cũng hát rồi lúc cũ là bé làm yếu đấy, rồi lúc mỹ lúc là bé làm yếu đấy mà bé cho chơi mà bé really gọi là có một gì hypocritical là họ có lúc chơi mà chủ cha rồi, chủ nhau con neighborhood rong rồi, chủ giàu số là gì. Giờ này nó bé để Vamtxus giờ này nó bé chỉ lấy nhau lúc bé học bự ha chỉ mua ở bé lúc học na ha để Vamtxus bé một sai mà chủ rong giàu basement nó finish đấy mà you sai cái sai you ở đây mua sai này chạy sai you chỉ này là chỉ ra mà bé sai you mà họ但是嘛什么时候都觉得bé chúng mình thì là nhiều lúc nhau nhiều hút trong tham số chúng mình chơi chơi là okay chỉ mà chúng ta cho bên là okay yeah bé rồi remodel chơi là okay cho phải Vamtxus lúc nào it's not my house so who cares. Giờ này tụi bé sai tụi trẻ bé học chụp hình trên mà dùng gọi là quyền lợi ấy khó cứ bé secondary cho bé sự kiện bằng. Ta chỉ hai cái là Vamtxus là vì giờ này nói bé muốn sáng rồi sao? Giờ cho mình nó họ thì chỉ cho plan họ kể thì chỉ dùng họ cái khó xa lên. Giờ cho họ là cứ lo đó sinh nhà bé chỉ bùi lúc nào lên. Vamtxus là vì cho họ Vamtxus chỉ muốn chỉ có mong đợi lâu cái dùng gọi là bé lúc nào nhà to căng là the purse with holes. Nhà thật giờ đó mà cho nó biết trong ăn rồi nó nè. Vamtxus tại vì cho họ Vamtxus chỉ bảo phụ Vamtxus chỉ trọ cử là cái có cứ một cái là chỉ tao có năm một cái là chỉ tao có năm một cái là chỉ số Vamtxus muốn nó illustrate that thọ Vamtxus chỉ phòng công phòng mong là no matter how hard you work there's no blessing. Đó là bên sai Vamtxus chính kinh bên ở Vamtxus tổ chức bên cho Vamtxus priority Vamtxus đã mấy phụ đã Vamtxus khen tu kiến chế mà you will receive blessing. 我只chờ là tầm đầu cho cũng lòng chờ là sau đầu. Còn đây là họ cứ cho chị biết chuẩn trình the promise of God. Để biết trong xa sẽ Vamtxus lúc tổ chức là họ chịu kinh. Giờ này trong xa cứ biết một cho thôi cho rong của biết được khi lúc tổ chức nó. Để suốt lời cụ sĩ dù băng nhà trà băng, tràn dù băng la lịch chữ gì trong xa thó Vamtxus xài Vamtxus lúc phu thị. Rồi bắt đầu từ mẹ hà nữa tôi nàyจะเลยหลงชาจืเป็นหลงเราต้องเห็นลูกชาแบบว่าจืแค่ and so these people who may not always have the heart to serve God or move by God in the spirit of God แล้ว就คือจุดนี้คือจีคุรุตัวเจนก็ sleepless until he does something right แต่เราอยากwant to the miracles of God but we don't expect it we cannot perform it ก็ใช่ไหม in God's own time and His will want to work tên này họ cứ cho bên trên ra xí nhau bên một cờ là tôi nhau chỉ dùng nó là bên câu chuyện thế hết cho họ một nhau cứ trâu sa băng ha giờ là when we put God first the blessing will be there so bên một nhà cha mình nhau cứ chạy ở đây ha thọ ha luôn thọ nhau chạy cả cũng chạy ha đó là mà nó tôi thể tàng ha ở đây bên hai giờ chỗ này từ lúc này từ thế đó vào chú mình chỉ có giàu xong rồi đó là mình là cứ chạy nhà được pay off the mortgage it's a blessing it's là ha trâu sa là vào chú gì to build the will of God 要考虑要我做个特定的啊，用少做做了多些， จะมีฮัลโหลเราอีกสิ่งจอมเนี่ยอย่าโน้ตถึงเนี่ยปูน้อยสุดเลยฉันจูงมาเป็นมาแล้วรู้ชักแต่สิมาบางจุดยี่ย allow her blessing to continue to flow ว่าจอจะเรียกเธอเก้าว่าจอจะสุดเลยก็เจคือป้าเนี่ยจะหาเทลุตัวเจต่างยังขอกูจะบางจุดตอนเจตอนมัวยังขอกูจะจริงๆขอชับเลยจุดก็เจอย่ากูยกตัวเจซะเพราะว่าจะจริงๆ it's hard for them to buy a neutral site that belongs to the whole community จะเป็นมองจะก็หูมองคือ local ก็หูมองนะจะเป็นมอง district จะ local มอง organization it's hard for them จะก็สุดท้ายมองเขา jealousy and envy ที่อย่างนั้นฮะ it's hard to buy a property that everybody owns and can use แต่เป็นจะ Christian มาจะต้องเรียนคือ有ชื่อจะเป็นจะ有ชื่อมันเต้าเล่นเต้าฮัทเขตตามเต้าลู่ฮะเนี่ยอย่างนั้นเขาโน้ยพอคือ testify ต่อแต่จะต้องเรียนคือเชื่อว่าชื่อยี่ห้อจะต้องเรียนคือกู้ชาฮะปังเกิดการสู้没多少嘛，就练努养等待哈，要么就不用了，在那边只要 continue to 录哈，我做兼职参加嘛，就录公路呗。主要那种国家比赛，要下组织给就被参与都是付入看路做哈，就得练努来用意。然后国家比你应该嘛了，国比要比个，还做好个 appreciate 被都是付。Hebrew 13:17. Have confidence in your leaders and submit to their authorities because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden, for that would be no benefit to you. 但别主做啥别对他叫他做付钱，就不是给政府，比做好别让佢晒就别还要做卡方就晒别要来讲，要别了喏不得练努也得练努，佢用啥咯，只系弄张样，要大家是付要啥了，你这种让自己做分解。I mean, Shepherd Monkey will say something similar to that. I just realized as I was preparing this, and I confirmed with Sifu Chuxiong, I actually did his pastor appreciation about 6 years ago too in Brooklyn Center. So I hope Sifu is not the same sermon. So, yeah, for some reason, I get to preach for Sifu Chuxiong's appreciation. I've done many. But he's probably the first pastor that I did his appreciation twice, so it's a blessing. More chance of but teaching mainly for Punjana. When you appreciate your pastor, you don't have to mention the guest. You don't have to mention me or anybody else as guest. We need to honor the person that's being honored. So I don't feel bad. So if they don't know, they shut it down. But you don't have to. That we want to honor to be respectable. So don't worry about thanking me for everything unless it's something on the side. But to main guest here, so you want to share your budget full time. She's over to the main pastor, my big yoga to get Lucifer. How want you job? But no more call they go time and remain call saying to Haleno. I'm going to read English first and then just translate a few of them. If he is young, we say he lacks experience. If he is gray, we say he's too old. If he has 5, 6 children, he has too many kids. If he has none, he's setting a bad example for us. If he spends too much time in his study, he neglects the people. If he visits, he's a busybody. If he suggests improvement for the church, he's a dictator. If he makes no suggestions, he has no ideas. If he uses too many illustrations, he neglects the Bible. If not enough illustration, he's not clear. If he preaches an hour, he's too wordy. If he says less, he's too lazy. If he condemns the wrong, he is cranky. If he does not, he's a compromiser. If he preaches the truth, he is offensive. If not, then he's a hypocrite. 师傅喊刀了，中国的师傅那是喊刀，师傅去喊刀了，做的师傅去办。师傅我们有教了，哦哟，这样有教了，师傅去摸了，师傅去也都搞上这辈子，去有一都没有嘞。我们 give the illustration 咯，但师傅冇晒到你教了，不要到哎哟，去摸我嘞，偏冇晒到都弄嘞。师傅要去晒了，但师傅去路去教嘞，但要的offer 晒到些中啊去。再到的 for every pastor. There's a lot of criticism. So far that we can identify if we take enough time. I definitely will find something wrong with you. Okay? So give me a little bit of time to get to know you. I'll point out something wrong. Maybe it's the clothing you wear. It's the fact that you don't smile. It's the fact that you mean you're too old or too young. I'll find something wrong with you if I sit long enough, okay? 也别师傅了，你说了哈，也别有三次给个搞师傅是。There's so many. If I'm just going to sit here and think about the bad things I'm going to say about my pastor, there's so much I can say. But that's not the point of why God sends the shepherd into the church. You have responsibility and duty to do that. You know, looking at Hebrews 13:17, the first part is to have confidence in your leaders. And we're going to look at that verse that really trust your leaders. But you know, Joshua 1:16-18 is very similar. Then they answered Joshua, whatever you have commanded us, we will do. Wherever you send us, we will go. Just as we fully obeyed Moses, so we will obey you. Only may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Whoever rebels against your word and does not obey whatever you may command them will be put to death. Only be strong and courageous. So Joshua the next leader Moses told. But Joshua chapter 1, when he got up to become the next leader, Vamtxus this is a word of affirmation and that we are here and we're ready to obey and go wherever you want us to go. My confidence to obey your leaders speaks like this. Is willing to come and live with us. Today we are ready to submit to more confidence that you are truly the leader of the church. Not just sports, but home field advantage. Football, especially in this area, my football is big with the Packers. Home field advantage, play stadium, you have higher chance of winning. Statistically, every major sport, every major League Baseball, MLB, 54% of teams win at home. Okay? National Hockey League, NHL, 56% wins at home. You play with Jason, we will have a winning record. NFL, 57.3% win at home. Because when you go to NBA, it becomes 61%. But for soccer, 69%. Because soccer, they just have a brawl not too long ago in Europe. A lot of people died. But soccer, I don't think the opposite team, the away team, wants to win anyway. Let them win, because you might get killed, you might not live. If you're Europe, so sometimes I think you may choose to lose, and live another day. Therefore, I run away and live another day. Statistically, got play who got home court, who got job. Who got hometown, the X factor is your fans. That's the reason. For X factor, they come to see you. So very few times you go to Lambeau Field and they're cheering when they play against the Cowboy. And they all say, go, Cowboys, go. But that'd be weird. Might be one or two fans, but it's certainly not going to make it loud enough. Only go Pack go, that is the whole stadium, okay? Go play, sometimes your family, sometimes your friend, it's your community, your president, your leaders are all there watching you play. There's a reason to play, because those 70,000 are here to see you. Especially if you go away, Pack will play John Dallas, and no one's going to say go Pack go, except for your 10 friends that moved from Green Bay to Dallas. And people might look at them and might beat you up, like you live in the US. If you're in Europe, they probably get beat up. In the US, they might not. It's not going to impact the 90,000 Dallas stadium. Talk about play go home court. you gotta naturally sang play na, you gotta kusha, you don't go to more you got game. For you're very family oriented, your family is home, so they're watching, you're playing for your kid, for your wives, whatever. You start game out home field. But Jane, your sifu call home field advantage. Your sifu no jume yaw, sifu shi chi zhou shai, your sifu dao, wu zhao sifu zhong sha chang zhe han yaw zhao de, it's wrong. Tao sifu mong da zhe nyong mo jia, tao sifu lu zu jie, jiao de nei yang sifu jiao. And the yin you tao sifu ya tao sifu da, that's what home field advantage is. That's building the confidence of your pastor. And you have to create an environment that's outside the church. When you come to this church, we are here. Based on they look a bit hard that you are the leader. Do whatever is best. They look at that they look for they look at that to shy they are all these things are just if you follow the name of it makes this work much easier. The next line, yeah, have confidence in your leader and submit to their authority. 再到大家做夫妻，做老美毛跟路了就。The authority 也叫做那个老美毛杀了就路。有那帮人故意卡面的被有做夫妻，就要到那个杀呗。只还是夫，只还是老，只还碰到这之间 ，generally 呢就到那个老美毛被叫跟前嘛就被做夫妻就。或者卡面到这个 during the Iraqi war。Saddam Hussein, you're Muslim, or Saddam Hussein, you're worker, Palestine. You know who he hires the most? Christians. Why is a Muslim guy that promotes the religion of Islam will choose to hire Christians? Christians are people who submit to authority. Christian more integrity. So even his own religion that he claims, the Muslim, and do she trust? But like, if I hire a bunch of Christians in my palace, the chance of being assassinated is less. 就好的，别人帮忙就是给电弄这个，别人看到做夫妻就电脑主，因为嘛电脑主都这样。比如好的，别人见到帮主一张这个那个收入，几都没忙的。In the secular world， 帮主这个别付，叫到那个帮主张的，我尽量别付。要讲别忙付，Joe Biden he 唱别付，别得太高个晒干净，都往就张紧还要尽量。要往尽量就别往注意的，对 your political offices， you should still submit. Based on being quote Jeremiah 29:11, yeah, you have to that he has a plan for you, and most people don't memorize that line. 这是好 plan， 要你来讲，别 memorize Jeremiah 29:11. 你做好的 that whole chapter， you have to 好给他 you are in exile. I mean, you're in Babylon and you don't want to submit. These are evil people who take your slaves, they're oppressing you. Does she want to remind what that your Jew, your bang, your J, or La, or De, you are slaves. Continue to live as if life is okay. So one day God will have a greater plan for you. So most of us only memorize Jeremiah 29:11, but we don't know the context. It's actually to encourage the people how to put that. Even though your life is suffering, continue to live a holy, righteous life. Live life in joy. And one day God will remove you out and give you the life that you deserve. The name in your gang shadow. So get your bed to footy, your bed food. Bed to sifu ha, bed chain that the one to jam, bed haya no. There's the Numbers chapter 12, verse 1 through 2. To save time, go to that's you know how to talk most to to brother Aaron 哈，你都莫得抓莫些，帮主去走山啦，就搞到下路嚟俾下啦，但是佢只個海上俾海開，只個幫主做個談，幫主做俾談。You have to start to oppose Moses. We're prophets too, and God speaks to us. You have to Moses set himself apart. You have to Moses people Moses romplope. That's want to that you are wrong. Want to that Moses is. I speak to Moses as if I'm speaking to a friend. You have to choose to speak through it. The Arabic is not very few times do we oppose. True, how can your opinion could matter? Whatever you can talk about in your meeting. 但是啊，就上就play，他给我来往记录山呀， 别主做不起，抓被就是负责叫被上去的。你要 the leaders 呢，这个want to speak through。要别说的，不要做老的是我卡唱是负责的，个做给看了，我就讲帮给做。No matter how good I preach as an elder, I still know that my pastor is my pastor. Let him preach. 至少那是负责个看啊，边路都你就做住了，结果还说一个看呀，做给看呀，好比 describe。So gave you sang that one to see you. And you may say Aaron, Marian. Mary did a more to the Shinala, one to get accused that come on to get sang the God on some say. One to say Josie did a more to you can read that in Numbers chapter 12. Until one to have to say that for Jackie. You must say to talk one to Jackie in the side of Jones. To one to jam, one to bow, shan to one to bow, John Chan, fear to shoot, so quickly. 那本身个其实互相要做给看是，做老看了，做老接，做老包完去，做了解完去。
Yes.
第二呢，飞到就是说做老其实互给互要知道，对了，做老是按切做老要知道。Number 16, Korah, the leaders of Israel, no matter exactly like the church. I'm just going to read verse 1. Korah and the son of Kohath and the son of Levi and Dathan and Abiram, and you can read that whole list, and they became insolent and rose up against Moses. With them 250 Israelite men, well-known community leaders who had been appointed members of the council. The community leader, council, they came as a group to oppose Moses, and Aaron said to them, "You have gone too far. The whole community is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is with them. Why then do you set yourself above the Lord's assembly?" Cái opportunity từ tôi này từ nhau lúc council nó lúc trong cứ sai cho tôi này xem cho nên rồi ta cho tôi này nó trâu hú nè em biết bây giờ là gì á bây giờ ta tôi này ô chủ ai chủ nhau gì mà chủ you're wrong the people are holy cho tôi này nó in trong ta là sao chỉ chế ra ha là giờ này mấy bị sao ta mấy rong chăng yeah I bet you in next couple of verses. As soon as he finished saying all this, the ground under them split apart, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them in their house, and all Korah's men and all their possessions. They went down alive into the grave. With everything they owned, and the earth closed over them, and they perished and were gone from the community. At their cries, all the Israelites around them fled, shouting, "The earth is going to swallow us too." And fire came out from the Lord and consumed the 250 men who were offering the incense. Now, that big sheep. 台湾主起沙，湾主晒嚟我做硬田哈，硬就嚟播下就都嚟佢來香港來做灣主咧就嚟多單 ，including 嗰啲 possession 都是專門嚴重，佢不灣主接嘅。結果被得獎，都灣主獎嘛，佢最緊係 takes careful thoughts and much prayer。我哋個有垃圾，個要去弄，是符合。
Yes.
嘛嚟個話要都生氣生錯，慳做都弄彈糟嚟啦。cứ như sáng tại là cho con nó hạ xếp mà nhiều mạng hàng chỉ có cái này sợ rồi cái sợ mà cái nhà của nhà của một hạ xếp rồi chỉ do dùng gì bỏ hóa này dù cái bằng chú trái từ cái này nó chưa bền chênh you don't even want to accuse him you don't even want to say anything wrong giờ cứ mà hãy dạng tờ trạng xếp mà cứ tôi sáng cái bằng chú thằng có rằng cứ chỉ thằng có clarify say cũng wrong mà xếp wrong. And you sound that y'all are just concerned. You say, "Lord, am I right?" It could sound for y'all. So I don't want to be a critic, an accuser for no reason, and certainly I don't want to oppose. Want you từ tối nay want you sang luôn rồi. Giờ cứ hãy luôn pay hết tờ trạng. Giờ có một sáng, có một consult, hãy biết là thọ want you and come back in a week or two to see if we still feel the same. Mà biết mà hả? Thế so cái từ tờ trạng, sư phụ and not submitted to his authority. It's against God's will. Let's read on the next part. So it says, "Have confidence your leaders submit to their authority because they keep watch for you as those who must give an account. Do this so that their work may be a joy, not a burden, for that would be of no benefit to you." Còn nói họ chỉ cái người ta thọ mình mua đây cái sĩ cái chỉ nói sư phụ lúa chỉ trồng sao sư phụ mà cứ sáng của mình chủ bao rồi nó. Mình chủ là họ mà sao rồi nữa, giờ mình chủ là mình học pay cái sư phụ cái nụ chỉ cho cái càng sao nữa. If you do this, this work will be a joy, not a burden. For that would be no benefit to you. The baby said that open pay, just if但是呢，他的没有被赔的，就给赔了并注没是啊，师傅去用杀了，师傅去干杀了，然后去给留给去帮那个人，老子没人就没有赔，师傅打什么？ tạo cái suy tạo cái cho cá nhau xa luôn dù cho quyền cho xibfwb tạo mà dù cho không xa xibfwb tạo rồi ta chỉ có hai chỗ này là cho chỉ cho là cho cứ bù so always remember bây giờ tự lo cái mình chỉ trang phi khí nè dùng cho là thằng bên cho xibfwb tạo nên mình hạ cái lục hệ này cho cái này thì tôi trong chỉ hạ lục nữa they will start to move away When you put cái payment order, when you falsely accuse and kick out into xibfwb nè, cho chỉ cho những tổ chức chân rồi đấy. So ở bên bao giờ cho thấy cho chính xác. Just because you are the board, you have the authority to kick xibfwb out. Chỉ tao mình là số trời sáng này mới sáng. Giờ nói thằng mình ôn nhô thì xibfwb cái lên nhô xibfwb sai. So xibfwb nhô sai thì xibfwb ôn nhô draw clean. Even the simple thing like preaching, very basic. You have to xibfwb look at xibfwb clap every Sunday. Đó là be ôn nhô, thì là be cụ chỉ nông, thì là be chỉ tổ church, thì là be tổ nông sai xibfwb qua hai cái be ở hạ xibfwb ha. Be your text, I emailed that, yeah, your preaching was terrible. I only heard the beginning, I fell asleep the rest. Whatever. Tommy Hale know his job is not a joy, it's a burden. Every time somebody says, "Oh yo," bố tôi ta cũng khai, bố trâu rồi, sẽ cũng khai là bố chỉ san nó, cho khai chơi tiêu đi cũng khai. Even a simple test like preaching God's word for a pastor, nó nên tôi chỉ san ổn. Lúc mà cho cái sai thế, chú tiêu thế. Cái một sai thì tôi nên được thế, chế cũng mất thế. Giờ bây giờ ôn nhô thì bây giờ sẽ phơi người chỉ càng xa rồi, chỉ rồi. Thôi bây giờ sẽ phơi, một chung khó chỉ có hai khó. Bây giờ sẽ phơi nào là khó cái nên tạo phần trình vì có một board meeting mà nó của đại gia chẳng có tạo ra after so many years người ta khó cái nên chỉ càng xa chỉ sáng sẽ phơi cho phần trình. Giờ vì cho board này, để lòng cái tôi sáng làm là during the meeting you fall asleep đấy nó, có cho có chủ bên trên nó, and he realized that it's time for me to go. Yeah, the meeting's not going well. Everybody, you should probably what talk to like con game bảo họ, that should for sure they give him sign that what chỉ sáng sai, chỉ sáng no nữa. Cho là mấy thứ sự hạn chế nó, bố có một thảo luận chỉ sai thì chỉ cho cái một mong gì, that should every time cũng mong. Cũng mà chỉ mấy thứ chỉ cho cảm cũng mong đấy. They go with hey, you know, someone's sick in the hospital. Can you go with me? Let's go pray. Tu lo no. So bây giờ là có một thảo luận chưa từ cái hụp lót trên này nó cũng tốt lên hụp lót trên nào tốt. It's a sign for him to go. It becomes a heavy burden that no one really wants to serve God. Cái sư phụ nhổ xa rồi cái sư phụ tải. And I could tell you a bunch of stories how big sư phụ very discouraged. And the work that he does for God, you gotta get out. I'm not happy. Yeah, me more lose mà. Tôi tiêu biết cho sáng sớm đi chú chạy tàu đó. Cho có nhiều more lose, nó tự nhiên tôi sau vấn đề ấy, cho tôi qua vấn đề ấy, sao thì tôi nhổ xa vấn đề thì it's time to get out. Sư phụ is the same. Nếu tôi nếu bao giờ nó mong chỉ nó the negative things, nó mong chỉ chỉ tên mình lo. This meeting is going to be tough again. Yeah, visitation, I'm now going to call 5 elders and no one's going to go again. Tôi có hà lan tàu nó chỉ đi có that it's time to move on. You change control. Đó là hạn chế là dùng trong that thầu cơ họ ở trên nó change control cho xibfwb. It doesn't benefit you at all. You bên trên nhau tao chỗ khó, you xibfwb càng xa nữa. You're more confident. You know xibfwb's exciting. That I know the church will listen. So I have a bunch of ideas I want to share, and we're going to tackle these ideas and these goals, and we're going to accomplish. That's a person that has confidence and trust the church. Đó là thằng sẽ với chỉ trôi ra thì, ở đây bây giờ một chú ý trong một bộ bự sẽ cắn lá. Hà nội chúng muốn này từ yếu chúng muốn này từ công tế, thì ở đây qua thì thằng bây giờ ta sẽ với chủ yếu là ta sẽ với muốn để chú ý nó bù trái chỉ cả hà cho có để từ train là ta biết chỉ care có. Bây giờ cái chú bên trên biết chỉ nông cả hà. Cho chú cho là những give a lot of proof that we don't come to church. For you or for anybody, yeah. And all these things makes it a burden for xibfwb in his work. I'm not saying that every pastor is good. Especially many times people like, well, just worry about your part. Today I'm teaching you for your part. Whatever is wrong with your pastor, let God deal with it. But you have to do your part to make sure that being you build the confidence of being the pastor. Bây giờ tôi need to submit to the pastor. Bây giờ tôi need to make sure the pastor has a lot of joy in his service. We do our portion. Whatever sin and evil our pastor has, that's between him and God. But make sure biết Chúa họ cứ yapé họ. I share this one last story in the last 3 minutes here. Thao bé mỗi ít cho chú chơi thì bớt giờ mong xí lúc gió. And I love sports, so a lot of my children play sports with me. They play xí, they mới ra cho nên phong yêu cái nhau bên lúc chơi什么，一路唱就不忙xí，不忙xí，然后就有 church open 这样那是，就不忙xí就有很多时呢就起起哄啦，they get into an argument, into a fight. So 不是讲是这不就pastor so to stop the fighting. You know 他说的这是老了，别多西不放就 stop the fighting. 就是不给 you know when it's heated and people get mad and angry. 就不是这师傅 won't stop the fight. 就不叫这师傅，就不这师傅，就不叫有师傅哈，没啥的了，我师傅老了。就是we gotta become part of the fight, even though he's just trying to split the fight. 但是别的去教这个来呀吧 it was so weird that no one would stop people from yelling at the pastor that you do from my church. That it was so weird that người教chủ church wanted to stop the fight and cho nên cho nhiều rồi nó chế sư phụ hay dùng sư phụ nào á. Đó là qua cho biết that one thing that really I appreciate. Yeah, okay, guys, if I come to tell this story, because that would never happen to you in Appleton. Look, our church would never do that to you. I'm surprised that that church, they stop and defend their pastor. And in our church, we always got your back. You do whatever you do. Beat him up like that. That was so strange. And you know, support that would never happen in Appleton. When your church has your back, you always get a job. And as members of the church, when we talk about pastor appreciation, and we have your back, it's home field advantage for you when you're with us. Celebrate pastor appreciation. We have your back. Mỗi lần từ là bé dòng bé ở tàu bé ở hát vang cho cô tên lục bằng tàu họ nói là tên lục chơi dù cứ chỉ nhỏ bé chủ của cháu cho bé tự sư phụ. Vậy cũng chỉ là sao that every year as we celebrate that we think about the good things about our pastor and remind him that he means something to us and his presence means that Vamtxus chỉnh chú bé nhỏ nè, that Vamtxus chỉnh chú bé nhỏ Vamtxus sang tu khai lục, lúc từ mấy thọ chúng ta sư phụ chú bé nhỏ thì cơ chơi sao? It's time to close your church. There's something wrong with you. They know something about your church. Never have the pastor's back. Don't ever go to that church. You don't want to be that kind of church. As you appreciate your pastor, let them know that their word means something and you want them to experience the joy of serving God. Vamtxus có cho các sự nhon chúa khá bê thọ cái bê châu lúc này cụ có sa thọ cái bê ở bên phần trên cho lại hẹp lại chung cái bê tay cổ trang tha thấy chủ more confidence cho bê từ thời cho bê chủ cho sa han nông người lu hai bê chủ make sure that cái này có sang được cho bê ấy cho tôi này cái bê phư ấy cho tôi này cái Vamtxus bê ở nông lu ấy cho tôi này cái nửa thịt lên của nó dùng gì bê ấy phần trên cứ dùng gì chữ dùng gì cám dùng gì cho knowing that we always support him and always appreciate the things that he does. Amen.